It's time for Nerd Approved.
Nerd Approved.
In this week's Nerd Approved, I am going to share Autobiography.
When did you become a huge book reader?
From the awesome Sally Field. It's called In Pieces. It's Sally Field's autobiography. What I love about it is getting to hear her stories from the film industry, but it was just lovely spending time with this actress that I adore. Starts very early in her life, in her career, like from the first role and how she got Gidget and every role that came after. And you're really learning the inside of the business back then, which was extra gross.
I was going to say the parts that you've been reading to me are fascinating in terms of what she had to put up with.
Yeah.
And not just like as a newbie or a beginner, like she was already starting to become established and she had to deal with this gross Hollywood.
Well, also she never fully got comfortable in her skin. Like we're watching her our whole lives thinking she's one of the best actresses that's ever lived.
Yeah, look at
and she's the whole time going, you know, am I going to get into the next role? Am I good enough? Like it's crazy to think someone so good had all those, but you know, people are people, I guess. One of my favorite stories was the Norma Ray story because she talks about one, it's her first sort of lead where she's holding the whole movie and her mom and her watch it at the screening room and her mom's quiet after, doesn't rave, doesn't say anything. She's thinking maybe this isn't good. And then it gets into Cannes. So she's like, I'm just going to go because I've never been, I want to go. And she's told how the Cannes audience will like leave if they don't like it, like they'll leave in the middle of the movie. They have known to boo. At the end of the movie, the movie ends and it's quiet. And she's like, well, at least they're not booing and they didn't walk out, but it's quiet. And then they turn the spotlight onto her and everybody jumps up screaming and cheering and I just thought it was the way she tells it is beautiful though. Like there were so many times where I would leave a chapter and I would at the end of the chapter and I would just be sad. Like that was such a horrible story, but that was one time where I was like, I love it. And I wanted to share it with you guys.
Nerd approved.
It is nerd approved. And Justine says Sally is definitely one of the greats.
'Cause you know how to love me like